The truth is, too many of us are focused on the wrong thing. We spend so much time worrying about what other people are doing, where they're going, and how they're succeeding that we forget the one person we need to focus on: ourselves. It's easy to get distracted by other people's lives. Social media, for example, gives us a front row seat to everyone else's accomplishments, their vacations, their successes. And we find ourselves caught in that comparison trap, wondering why we're not there yet, or why we don't have what they have. But here's the thing: when you focus on others, you lose sight of what really matters: your own growth. The most successful people, the happiest people, the ones who are making a real difference, are not the ones who spend their lives looking at what others are doing. They are the ones who put all their energy into becoming the best version of themselves. That's where you need to start, by focusing on yourself. Imagine a race, a competition, and you're running alongside others. It's easy to get distracted by the runner next to you, how fast they're going, how smooth their stride is, what they're wearing, or how they look. But here's the truth: you can't win that race if you're focused on someone else. You win by concentrating on your own path, your own pace, and your own progress. It's the same with life. If you're constantly measuring yourself against someone else, you'll lose sight of the steps you need to take to get where you want to go. Now think about this: who's going to determine your success? Is it the person next to you? No, it's you. You are the only person who can decide how hard you work, how far you push yourself, and how much you grow. When you stop worrying about what others are doing and start focusing on what you can do, everything changes. You shift from a mindset of comparison to one of creation, creating your own path, your own success, your own life. You don't need anyone's approval. You don't need to be validated by someone else's achievements. You don't need to fit into someone else's definition of success. The only person who needs to believe in your potential is you. And the only way you'll unlock that potential is by looking inward and saying, I'm going to focus on what I can control, on becoming the best version of myself. When you shift your focus from others to yourself, you stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. You stop worrying about the things you can't change. You focus on your own growth, your own skills, and your own mindset. You invest in yourself, whether it's through learning, developing new habits, improving your health, or mastering your craft. The more you focus on becoming a better version of you, the more success will naturally follow. Understand this: you are the one who holds the keys to your future. Stop giving that power away by focusing on what everyone else is doing. The path to your dreams, your success, and your happiness begins with one simple decision: choose to focus on yourself, not others. Stop comparing, start growing, focus on your own journey. Too often we find ourselves caught in the trap of comparison. We look around at others, measuring our progress against theirs, wondering why we aren't where they are. It's a natural instinct in today's world, where social media success stories and societal pressures all seem to push us to achieve more, faster, and better. But here's a simple truth: the only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. When we focus too much on what others are doing, we lose sight of the very thing that will help us succeed, our own unique journey. Every person has their own path, their own set of circumstances, strengths, and challenges. When you compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20, you're setting yourself up for frustration, self-doubt, and a lack of fulfillment. You'll always be chasing something that's not yours to chase, and in the process, you'll neglect the incredible potential that lies within your own path. Rather than comparing yourself to others, it's time to start focusing on your own growth. Focus on the progress you've made, no matter how small. Every step forward is a victory. It's easy to get discouraged when we don't see immediate results, but growth is often slow and steady. By focusing on the small, consistent improvements you make each day, you'll start to see that the journey itself is as important as the destination. And with every new skill you develop, every habit you build, and every challenge you overcome, you are becoming stronger, wiser, and closer to the person you want to be. It's crucial to recognize that everyone has their own timeline. What works for one person might not work for another, and the path that people take to success are as varied as the individuals themselves. When you take your eyes off others and put them back on yourself, you give yourself the freedom to follow your own unique timeline. This means you stop rushing and begin enjoying the process of personal development. You stop worrying about keeping up and start appreciating where you are right now, knowing that every step you take brings you closer to your goals. Remember that your success is not determined by someone else's pace. You are the architect of your own future. The way you move forward, the goals you set, and the obstacles you overcome are all part of what makes your journey unique. Don't allow the perceived success of others to distract you from the work that needs to be done to build your own success. Everyone has their own struggles, their own learning curve, and their own setbacks. When you focus on your own growth and not on others' journeys, you shift your energy from feeling inadequate to feeling empowered. Focusing on your own journey also means embracing the process of growth. True growth is not always glamorous. It's the late nights, the setbacks, the failures, and the lessons learned along the way. It's about pushing through when you feel like giving up, even when it seems like others are ahead. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you start to understand that growth happens in layers. Sometimes the progress is invisible to the outside world, but that doesn't mean it isn't happening. Every time you stretch outside your comfort zone, you are expanding. Every time you choose to keep going, even when it's tough, you are developing resilience and strength. The key is to understand that the more you focus on yourself, the more you will grow. The world around you may move fast, but your journey is yours to shape. It's not about racing to the finish line, but about becoming the best version of yourself through consistent, focused effort. By choosing to focus on your own journey, you give yourself the space to grow at your own pace without the unnecessary pressure of comparison. When you focus on your journey, you give yourself the freedom to explore, to fail, to succeed, and to become the person you are meant to be. So stop comparing yourself to others. Start growing at your own pace, in your own time, with your own goals and dreams. Your journey is valuable, and it is unfolding exactly as it should. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step towards something greater. Keep moving forward, and let your own path be your guide. The more you focus on your growth, the more you will become the person you've always wanted to be. The power of self-focus, unlocking your full potential. There is a profound power in focusing on yourself. In a world full of distractions, pressures, and constant external noise, it can feel as though the answers to success, happiness, and fulfillment lie somewhere outside of us, whether in the approval of others, the pursuit of external validation, or following the steps of those we admire. However, the truth is, the key to unlocking your full potential lies within. The more you turn your attention inward and focus on your own development, the closer you come to realizing the greatness that resides within you. Too often we search for answers in the lives of others. We look at their accomplishments, their lifestyles, their confidence, and we believe that if we could just be more like them, we'd find the same success or happiness. But this mindset does not serve you. Comparing yourself to others will only hold you back from discovering your true potential. Each person has their own path, their own challenges, and their own strengths. Your life is uniquely yours, and your potential is something that can only be unlocked when you focus on your own growth, your own strengths, and your own journey. Self-focus means dedicating time and energy to understanding who you are at the core. It means being honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses, your desires and fears. It's about recognizing what makes you unique and using that self-awareness as a foundation for growth. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean becoming selfish or self-absorbed. It means prioritizing your personal development and well-being. When you focus on improving yourself, you naturally enhance everything around you, your relationships, your work, your health, and your happiness. You cannot give to others what you do not first cultivate within yourself. When you focus on your own potential, you begin to understand that success doesn't happen by mimicking someone else's life or following someone else's blueprint. Success happens when you are authentic, when you embrace your individuality and start working toward the best version of yourself. It's easy to get lost in the hustle, to get swept up in the rush to compete, and to look for shortcuts to success. But real growth takes time, effort, and commitment. It requires you to invest in yourself, to stay consistent, and to be patient with the process. The more you focus on improving yourself, the more you will start to see the results. The beauty of self-focus is that it enables you to recognize opportunities that align with your personal vision. When you know who you are, what you value, and what you want, the world begins to open up in ways it never has before. You start to make decisions that are rooted in your true self, not based on external pressures or the expectations of others. You begin to build a life that is uniquely yours, one that reflects your passions, your strengths, and your strengths. The more you develop yourself, the more confident you become in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. You realize that the power to change, to grow, and to succeed has always been within you. Self-focus also involves taking responsibility for your own life. Instead of waiting for things to change around you or for someone else to offer a solution, you realize that you have the ability to shape your own destiny. You are not a victim of circumstance. Your actions, decisions, and mindset all contribute to the reality you create. By focusing on your growth, you begin to realize that you are the one who can change your life, not through luck or external forces, but through the choices you make every single day. When you take responsibility for your own development, you stop relying on external validation and become empowered to create the life you've always desired. One of the most powerful aspects of self-focus is its ability to help you overcome obstacles. Life is full of challenges, but when you focus on your own potential, you build the resilience needed to face them head on. The more you work on yourself, the stronger your mental, emotional, and physical foundations become. You stop seeing challenges as roadblocks and begin to view them as opportunities for growth. Each time you overcome a struggle, you gain a new level of confidence, and your belief in your own ability deepens. The stronger your focus on your own growth, the more resilient become to life's inevitable setbacks. When you truly commit to focusing on yourself, the results are transformative. You begin to grow in ways you never thought possible. Your goals become clearer, your vision more focused, and your determination stronger. You become less concerned with what others are doing and more concerned with what you are doing with your own life. You stop seeking validation and start seeking improvement. The people around you will start to notice the change. You will become an example of what happens when someone dedicates themselves to their own growth, unshaken by external circumstances, unwavering in their commitment to progress. The power of self-focus is a cycle. The more you focus on yourself, the more you will grow. And the more you grow, the more empowered you will become. As you cultivate your potential, you will naturally begin to inspire and influence those around you. Your energy will shift from needing external approval to radiating a quiet confidence that comes from within. The key to unlocking your full potential is not in trying to fit into someone else's mold, but in becoming the fullest expression of who you are. Focusing on yourself means dedicating time to your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It means constantly striving to learn and improve, pushing beyond your comfort zones and seeking out experiences that challenge you. It's about knowing that your journey is unique and worthy of your attention. The more you focus on yourself, the more you will realize that the power to achieve everything you've ever wanted is within your grasp. It's in your hands, not someone else's. The power of self-focus is transformative. It's not just about self-improvement, it's about realizing your true potential, building a life that reflects who you are at your core, and embracing the power that comes from within. The more you focus on yourself, the more you will unlock the greatness that resides within you. And in doing so, you will create a life that not only brings you success, but also true fulfillment. The only person standing between you and your full potential is you, and once you fully embrace the power of self-focus, there is nothing that can hold you back. Why your success depends on focusing on yourself, not others. Success in its truest form is not about how well you compare to others or how closely you follow someone else's path. It's about understanding who you are, recognizing your own potential, and taking deliberate steps to reach your goals in a way that aligns with your unique abilities and aspirations. Many of us are conditioned to look around, to measure ourselves against the achievements and progress of others. But here's the hard truth: your success will never come from focusing on anyone but yourself. When you focus too much on other people's progress, you divert your energy and attention away from your own development. You become distracted by what they are doing, what they have achieved, and what they're working toward. And in the process, you forget that your path is your own. Everyone has their own journey, their own story, and their own challenges. Their path may seem different from yours, and that's okay. Your success will not look like theirs, and that's exactly how it's meant to be. Too many people waste their time comparing their progress to others. They look at someone else's career, lifestyle, or personal achievements and feel inadequate, thinking they need to catch up or do something similar to be successful. But this comparison is not only unproductive, it's detrimental. When you measure yourself by someone else's yardstick, you distort your own sense of worth and purpose. You start to believe that unless you mirror someone else's achievements, you're failing. This mindset sets you up for frustration, self-doubt, and stagnation. You cannot define your success based on someone else's journey. The truth is, success is deeply personal. It is not about competing with others or being better than them. It is about being the best version of yourself. Your potential is unique, and the only way to unlock it is by focusing on the things that matter most to you, your values, your goals, and your own path forward. When you stop looking outward and start looking inward, you start to realize that the only competition you should be focused on is the person you were yesterday. How can you improve today? How can you become better than you were yesterday? That's the question that should drive your efforts. Not how you compare to the person next to you. In fact, the more time you spend focusing on others, the less time you have to focus on your own growth. Every moment spent comparing yourself to someone else is a moment lost. When you invest your energy in others, you miss the opportunity to invest it in yourself. By focusing on what others are doing, you hinder your own progress, because you're not giving yourself the attention, dedication, and effort that is necessary for your success. You have your own dreams, your own vision, and your own goals, and to achieve them, you need to put everything into your own self-development. Your life is your responsibility, and your success depends on what you do with it. The decisions you make today will determine the trajectory of your future. And those decisions can only be based on what you want and need not on what others want for you or what others are doing. When you focus inward, you start to build the foundation for a life that is aligned with your true purpose. You begin to create your own plan and walk your own path, and that's when success starts to manifest in its most meaningful way. The more you invest in your personal growth, the more clarity you gain about your true goals. When you prioritize yourself over others, you also begin to develop resilience. Life is full of setbacks and challenges, but focusing on your own journey allows you to face those challenges with confidence. You start to see every obstacle as an opportunity to grow rather than a reason to give up. As you focus on your own success, you develop the strength to persevere through difficult times because you know that the only way to achieve your goals is to keep moving forward, no matter what. You'll also become more authentic when you stop worrying about what others think or what others are doing. So much of our energy goes into trying to fit into a mold that society, peers, or family has set for us. When you focus on yourself, you break free from these external pressures. You stop pretending to be someone you're not in order to meet someone else's expectations. And instead, you become the person you were always meant to be. Success that comes from being authentic, being true to who you are, is far more fulfilling and lasting than success based on imitation or comparison. Moreover, focusing on yourself opens the door to personal development. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you begin to develop your own skills, talents, and mindset. You start to understand what truly drives you and what sets you apart from others. You can then channel all your energy into cultivating these qualities, refining your strengths, and improving your weaknesses. The more you invest in yourself, the more your self-confidence will grow. You will begin to believe in your own ability to achieve your dreams, and that belief will fuel the actions you take to reach them. True success is about creating a life that feels meaningful to you. It's not about acquiring the things that other people value or gaining their approval. It's about doing the things that make you feel fulfilled, achieving goals that are important to you, and creating a life that brings you happiness. And that can only happen when you focus on your own path and stop worrying about how other people are walking theirs. You must also recognize that no one knows what's best for you better than you do. While it's helpful to learn from others and gain insights from those who have walked similar paths, ultimately you are the expert in your own life. You are the one who understands your passions, your challenges, and your dreams. By focusing on yourself, you will tap into that inner wisdom and allow it to guide you toward the success that is meant for you. In the end, the most powerful thing you can do for your success is to invest in yourself, to stay focused on your growth, and to stop measuring your worth by someone else's standards. The more you focus on your own journey, the more you will realize that success isn't about competing with others, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. Your success is in your hands, and it starts with the choice to focus on yourself, not others. Create your own path, the secret to personal growth. In life, there is a constant pressure to follow a set path, one that society, family, or peers might dictate. We are told what to do, where to go, and how to think. From an early age, we are guided by rules and expectations that aim to shape us into something or someone that fits a specific mold. The reality is, however, that true growth and fulfillment come not from walking someone else's path, but from creating your own. The secret to personal growth lies in the courage to step off the conventional path and carve out a journey that is uniquely yours. So often we look around and see people following a particular route to success, and we feel as though we must do the same to achieve what we want in life. But the truth is, the more you try to fit into someone else's path, the further you move away from discovering your own potential. We are all individuals with unique experiences, perspectives, and abilities. Trying to mold ourselves to meet other people's expectations or follow someone else's formula for success only leads to frustration and stagnation. Personal growth thrives in the space where we take ownership of our journey, where we become the creators of our own future. When you begin to create your own path, it means understanding that you don't have to follow the blueprint that's been handed to you. You have the power to make decisions that reflect your desires, your values, and your authentic self. Too often we follow predetermined ideas of what success looks like, and we sacrifice our individuality in the process. Success is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It's something that is defined uniquely by each of us. And if you try to follow someone else's dream, you will only experience fleeting moments of success, and they won't bring you the lasting satisfaction you crave. Creating your own path involves trusting yourself even when the road ahead is uncertain. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the unknown, to wonder if you're making the right choices or if you're going to fail. But failure is not a reflection of your worth or potential. It's simply part of the process of growth. When you create your own path, you have to embrace failure as a teacher. Every misstep, every setback, and every obstacle teaches you something about yourself and the world around you. It's through these experiences that you gain wisdom, resilience, and clarity. Success is not defined by how smoothly the road is paved, but by your ability to keep moving forward despite the bumps and turns. It's also crucial to remember that personal growth doesn't happen overnight. It's not about taking one big leap and suddenly finding success. Creating your own path means making consistent, deliberate decisions that are aligned with who you are and what you want. Each small step you take, each decision you make is part of the process of shaping your future. By focusing on the small victories and keeping your eyes on the long-term goals, you will create momentum that builds over time. In the same way that a river slowly carves its way through rock, your path to personal growth will take time, patience, and perseverance. One of the most liberating aspects of creating your own path is the freedom it gives you to prioritize your own values. In a world full of distractions and outside influences, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters to you. When you follow your own path, you are no longer weighed down by the opinions and expectations of others. Instead, you have the freedom to choose the direction that resonates with your soul. This process of self-discovery is what leads to true fulfillment. When you live in alignment with your own values, when you make decisions based on your own beliefs and desires, you begin to experience its sense of purpose and satisfaction. Creating your own path also means developing the confidence to walk it even when it feels like no one else is. It can be difficult to make decisions that go against the grain or to take risks that others may not understand. But the truth is, greatness rarely comes from playing it safe or conforming to the norms.